Welcome to Budapest, Hungary. I know what you're thinking. This is the most random place, especially for my American audience, especially for my Black American audience. But this was all strategically done. I wanted to pick one of the most random places and give you a walking tour so that you can see that there is absolutely life outside of America. There is absolutely life in places that you would least consider. So, enjoy this walking tour of random things all around Budapest, Hungary, not to be confused with Bucharest in Romania, like I did at the airport, literally in the wrong line and everything. Fortunately, the systems have updated to where they won't actually let you get on the plane, even though you pass through like all the security to the wrong place. But let's not go down that path. Let's focus. Here's the point. I gave you this nice landscape of a walking tour. Okay, so I can water down some heavy information that I am going to give you. So I hope that your eyes are happy because your ears, okay, may not be as welcoming of the sad things that are still currently happening. If you watched my first video, Being Globally Minded, I made it clear a lot of the things that are taking place. Okay. Not only that, I even warned of things that were to come. And I just made that video about 3 weeks ago. Well, fast forward, it's 3 weeks later. And as I stated, okay, things are continuing to go downhill. As you know, the sitting president has now literally imposed tariffs on Canada and Mexico with further threats of other countries. Oh, yeah, and then he increased the tariff in China. What this means for you is that all of the products that are from those countries are a lot more expensive. This includes cars, this includes food. A lot of food comes from Mexico, and a lot of products that come from China. And almost seemingly everything comes from China. I'm sure you can walk around your house and look, it's going to say made in China somewhere on it. So when you think of this, already this is a very big deal that absolutely affects us. Okay. But making it worse, as it just continues to get worse, he is being what they say is a bully. I'm going to quote that around the world because we are currently the most powerful. But I want you all to think strategically. If someone is the most powerful, okay, our money wise, that also makes us the most likely to target, right? What do they say? The bigger you are, the harder they fall. So not only are we already a target for other countries, just being realistic, he is making it worse by pushing away our allies and creating what there is. It's literally a trade war. Those words war are literal here. Okay. You can look everything I am saying up. He has offended Canada. The prime minister has called him names himself, and he's not comfortable and he's hurt. Canada's official. They're genuinely hurt by this. Obviously, offending Mexico, continuing to offend China. And China has even been vocal about war. As you know, now no surprise here. He has offended Europe. Okay. He did a complete embarrassing meltdown last week with the president of Ukraine. This was just a mess. And he just every single day continues to make very poor choices considering our position in the world. Not only that, I want to make it crystal clear to you. There are several countries. This is that being globally minded, that they've been ready. They've been ready to take us out. One of them is North Korea. They have several weapons of mass destruction. And they are planning for, and you can look all of this up. Okay, their coveted day when they take out America. And sadly, this is sadly, sadly true. They literally are raising their children, like grooming them and training them that America is the enemy. And this is the stuff that you can look up. And I could even tell you, being a global traveler throughout Japan, China, we are not fan favorites. We are just not. I've seen very offensive things, even in Japan, which is considered our quote unquote friend. But without going into a history lesson on how, some of these countries have become enemies of ours, we have to keep our minds, our hearts, and ears open. This is not the time to get distracted. This is not the time to pretend that everything is peachy keen. Woohoo. This is not at all what's happening right now. You need to be aware. You need to be planned and prepared. I am making these videos out of love. And furthermore, I've even taken my own advice in my video that says traveling on a budget. And I clearly said, just go. And you know what? I said that. I said, just go. You need to just go. And I got up off my own comfortable place. And I am now traveling around the world, not for myself, because honestly, I've been around the world. I'm doing it for you guys because I want to show you that if I can get out of my comfort zone, then so can you. I genuinely, and I've said it over and over and over, I want all of you to have peace. I'm even emotional saying it. I'm holding back tears. I want you to have peace. And if you are in the U.S., you know as well as I do that there is not peace there. There are people killing each other. The drugs are rampant. The disease, and there's so many things that are terrible. And even now with our terrible president, okay, he is lying all the time and people are believing it. He's oblivious to what is happening around the world. And I am simply here out of love to tell y'all the damn truth. It's ugly. And I want you to go and find your peace wherever that may be. If it is in Hungary, then then go. If it's Italy, go. If it's the Caribbean, Dominican Republic, if it's Asia, go. There's a couple of things because of what's happening, because of the trajectory of what's happening. I'm going to give you a couple pieces of wise advice. And those of you who actually hear me and take this advice, you are going to be so happy you did. Number one, I strongly advise that you move your money to another currency. I'm going to say it again. If you have a savings, if you have any, let's say you have 3, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, it is very wise for you right now to change the currency. Whether you pull it out cash, get it in euros, you can get it in British pounds. Any bank will exchange it for you. You can even in your account tell the banker and say you want to switch your currency. This protects you in case of our dollar devaluing, like I was explaining in previous videos. It is possible that our dollar has one value. Literally, you can wake up and it changes. Now, us in America, we haven't experienced that in our current lifetimes, okay? Because we've been on top since about 1944. However, I have friends in different countries, as I've stated, and this has happened to them. Okay, where you think you have a lot of money and then all of a sudden it can be the onset of war. That is enough to hurry up. Literally, our dollar can crash. That means that if you have, say, 10,000 in the bank, your 10,000 instantly can become about 500. And how that happens is immediately, like if someone declares war or if anything happens where our dollar is devalued, even though you have the amount that you see, okay, 10,000, everything around you becomes very expensive. So your money does not go far. Not only that, if you go to change your currency, you don't get a lot back. So our currency, yes, it's the US dollar. So at the moment, it's strong. However, You want to be globally minded. You want to be smart. You want to be ahead of the game so that if some mess go down, you're already prepared because you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, 30,000 in another currency. That's how you do it. Another thing I strongly advise, consider other countries, other places that you can go. How you do that is you think about, okay, this is where I will go and why. Where are places that you can work still? Can you work remotely? Is there something that you can do? Okay, I will make a whole separate video giving you different country options that you can go there right now and travel for an extended visa for free. And that basically means you can go into their country and you don't have to do any paperwork. They'll just let you in because you're an American citizen. There are several countries like this at the moment, but as I keep saying, if some stuff goes down, we may lose that privilege. So these are things that you have to do now. So your homework in the next 30 days, consider other places that you would want to live. Okay, and you know what? I'll even throw out a couple examples. For some reason, right now, Dominican Republic is in my mind. Okay, Dominican Republic is super cheap rent. You can go and get something nice over there for like $200 a month. So if you're thinking I can't afford to travel, actually, it's going to probably save you money to leave the country. And that's just Dominican Republic. You always have Mexico. You still have Canada. You certainly can venture out and go overseas. Okay. There's all kinds of options. And that is why you're literally looking at Budapest right now, because that's an option that I guarantee you probably weren't thinking about. And Budapest is cheap. That's why we here. Okay. Traveling on a budget. It's a European country that's affordable. I have many videos to make. I'm going to close out on this. Please take my strong advice. Hear what I'm saying. Do not allow the things that are happening around you to blind you. Listen to your inner voice, your inner spirit. I got a whole video on that. Follow what it is you're supposed to do. Talk to God yourself. And I assure you, you will absolutely find the peace to go ahead, find that strength, and relocate. I love you. I can say that with proof. I got receipts. I got receipts. See you in the next video.